Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RGL Network presents a very special presentation of Inside Pitch. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 9th Inside Pitch Season Selection Show. Well, we've reached the 1972 World Series. So pretty much our 72 replay is about to be concluded. We only have at least 4 to 7 games left. And of course, the season review and reveal show. But before we have that, we have to find out what the next 4 seasons will be for you guys to vote. It is very simple. There are 4 seasons you guys will get to choose to vote from. We have the contemporary era, which is 2011 to 2023. We have the modern era, which is 1990 to 2009. We have the classic era, which is 1970 to 1989. And of course, the legendary era, which is 1956 to 1969. We will go ahead and eliminate all 4. We will eliminate all the seasons until 4 are shown, and then you guys get to vote on that season to see which amount of dice will be on to get in the season review and reveal show. I'm going to make a bit of a modification, however, to the dice rolls. As you know, the last time we did throughout most of the season review and reveal show, when we do the reveal, you guys know that I've been utilizing whatever early on, it was just the amount of votes that got the season. And I thought that was a little bit anticlimactic. So, your votes determine how many dice each season rolls, on the reveal show to see which season's going to be. I know you guys really don't care what season I do. You don't care what season it is from 1956 to 2023. You guys really don't care. I know you guys will watch the season, but I do like to have you guys put in your vote. The number 1 season, of course, gets 5 dice. The number 2 season gets 4. The number 3 season gets 3, and the number 4 season gets 2. The old way I did it was, of course, the number 2. When the number 2 played against the number 3, was a best of 7, and you rolled 2 dice versus 3 dice. But we're going to make it a little bit more interesting. Because a lot of people I know, when they look at the review, when they look at the seasons in the polls and see which season already has the most votes, they say, well, why should I vote for the season I want? It might not get it. We're going to make things a little bit more interesting for the reveal show, and I'll tell that for you now as more people come in before I actually start eliminating seasons. For instance, let's say we have 1972 and 2016, 1998, and 1985. These seasons are already done. So what we will do for the next reveal show is the number 4 season still rolls against the number 3. So let's say the 72 was the number 4, the 2016 is the 3, 88 is the 1, and 88 is the 5. So 1972 will go up against 2016. And the old days, it was just the number 2 season would get, or the number 4 season would get 2 dice. And the number 3 season, we get 3. We're going to make it a bit more interesting now. So let's say the number 3 season, the season with the 3rd most votes is still going to be rolling 3 dice. And the season with the 4th most votes will be rolling 2 dice. And of course, as you move up, the number 4 becomes the 3 and it rolls 3 dice. But what we're going to do this time, is what we're going to do is the season that has 2 dice will still roll 2 dice, and that's a 6. The season that rolls 3 dice will still roll 3 dice, but instead of just taking the 3 dice, the season that's higher will lose 1 die, so now it will lose the lowest die, available. So what this does is, let's say, so right now, if I just did it the way we did it the last time, this would be 11 to 6, and 2016 would win the first round. But in this case, I would go ahead and take away the 2. Now it's 9. Now it finishes a 9-6. But let's say this. But let's say this was a. Let's say that was a 10. Okay, and we had an 11. We take away the lower die roll. Now this season wins the first round over the second, over the higher season. This will make this a little bit more interesting because you guys know I really don't care which season I do. I don't care. All right. I have a lot of fun with whatever season we do here. But this will make it a little bit more interesting. Of course, if there's a tie, the season with the more votes, of course, will win it automatically because ties do go to the higher vote getter. As the number so let's say 1972 actually does beat 2016, and now it has to take on 1985. Well, now that rolls 3 dice, and this rolls 4. So again, we would roll 3 dice, and we would get 10. We roll 4 dice here, and we get let's see, you get 16, but we take away the lower die. If it's a tie, I'll take away it, and now it's going to be 13-10. Now, of course, the season with the more votes is going to have still the advantage. But now, by taking away the lower die, it's very possible the season with the lower amount of votes has a better chance of beating the season with the higher votes. So that is how we're going to do this in the reveal show. Okay, of course, after the World Series is over. You guys will still be voting, so that's how I'm going to do it. A little bit more interesting to try to get so people that no way 1972 is going to win it. Still put your vote in for that season. You might never know what may happen. Okay, 1990 barely lost to 1972 in the last reveal show. So that is, I think by doing it that way, I think it makes it a little bit more exciting and a little bit more unpredictable. And that's what I want. All the time, I always had you guys just vote for the most, just make a vote, and the season with the most votes automatically won. And I thought that was anticlimactic because all you guys already knew it was going to win. Now you guys don't, and neither do I. So I have to go ahead and choose 4 opening day games, okay, to make sure I have ready to go for that season. So that is how we're going to do it this time. And if I like it, I'm going to keep it that way. I always change it up once in a while, and it's okay to change things up. So I welcome you guys. Yeah, so I can rig things even better, Steeler fan. So we can definitely rig it better. Absolutely. Hello, everybody, everyone. Jeremy Brooks, Vita Productions, Joe and Pico, Brandon Baker, Yankees Bob 7, David Vega, Doug Hunt, Frank Rosenk, Brian Patterson, Steeler fan, DB, My Basement Media Productions, Clee Baseball fan, Robert Bryant. And good to see you, Harry, here all the time. Good to see you, Harry. I probably may not be able to always give an introduction because I'll be concentrating on the roles. And, of course, Phoenix Knight. So this is how we're going to go ahead and do this. So I think it's time that we get started to find out which of the 4 seasons you're going to get to vote on. And Brian Patterson, of course, wants anything from the Cleveland Indians. And, of course, Brian B., I don't think Brian B. would care because he knows his Reds are never going to win anything on the network. Anyway, so as we begin, let's first eliminate the seasons we have already done. So say goodbye to 2016. Say goodbye to 1988. Say goodbye to 1985, 1981, 1979, 1976, 1972, and 1961. We do not replay seasons that are already done. These seasons are already eliminated, and they are out. I will put eliminated seasons over here so you can see the latest season that has been eliminated. We will be using... I'm going to be using pretty much really only 1d6 because I'm going to do something a little bit to make things move a little bit faster. Instead of having a random die choose from which pack, I'm going to go ahead and set up packs up in order, and then we'll just go across. It'll be a little bit easier for me to do it, I think. But we got to first, of course, find out what the order will be. So this is the contemporary era. This is the modern era. This is the legendary era. And this is the classic era, which most people seem to prefer. But that's okay. I have no problem with that. I have no problem playing from the classic era. Sooner or later, we'll get all of the classic era out, and you're going to have these left to play. So that's the way it is, I think. So let's see what order we're going to do these in. Let's see what order we're going to do these in. So I'm going to roll a D. I'm going to roll, I think I'll do the D4. Now roll a D6. Good. So we're going to roll a D6 here. And let's see what first pack will be in order. It's going to be the legendary. So the legendary seasons will be first on the list as we go across from left to right here. And I always reshuffle. So every time a season is chosen, I pick up the pack and reshuffle. It constantly gets mixed up. So there's your legendary pack. Out of the remaining, we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The contemporary pack is going to be after the legendary pack, which is seasons 2011 to 2023. You know, you got to give Chris Davis, the creator of Inside Pitch, all right, a little bit of kudos. Remember how many seasons he had in the modern era? He only had 7 seasons. 92, 95, 98, 07, 08, 09, and 10. He now has 16 seasons in that pack. Okay. We're only missing 2002 to 2005 and 2003 and 2006, which I believe he will be finishing those seasons probably, I think, before the year is out. And then let's see here, 1 to 3, 4 to 6. And it will be the modern era, will be the third pack we'll draw from. And yes, rest in peace, Whitey Herzog and Carl Erskine. Yes, 2 great ones gone. Sad day for baseball. And that means that the classic era is going to be the last pack to be chosen in that. Good to see Dwayne Martz, Bob's Tabletop Sports, Joe Turney, Jimmy Jam. Good to see all you guys here as we are about to start the selection show. Yes, dropping a lot lately, Doug, that is for sure. All right, so I believe we have legendary, contemporary, modern, and classic. So let's see what we have here. So first we're going to do the legend. We're going to choose the legendary. I'll reshuffle again, and I will roll the D6 and see how many seasons which season's going to be going. So let's see what you guys are going to get to vote with. And I do have a listing of the seasons that we've had so far on the list in front of me. So I know what seasons we'll be looking at, and I can tell you which seasons will be up for the vote again if they do drop in. Is everybody all set and ready? I hope so. All right, guys, let's see which seasons we're going to eliminate first. We eliminate seasons until 2 are left in each pack. After that, it's a best of 7, and the season that loses in the best of 7 is eliminated. The other season is what you're going to vote on. So the first number is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so the first season here on the 9th Inside Pitch season selection show, the first season to be eliminated is 1965, season that will go away. A good year for Koufax. Very good season for Koufax as he will leave. And 1965, which actually was up after the 7th selection show, 1965 was available. Now we go to the contemporary era. So 1965 is first to go. Let's now go to the contemporary. And it's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This season is now gone from for being eliminated, and this next season will be, well, I know you guys will be happy about this one. The first season to be eliminated from the contemporary era is 2020. You don't have to worry about this season this time. 2020 is gone. The COVID year is gone. So no very short season, and that would have been a very short season to do. And yes, I would have done it if that had come up. So 2020 is gone. Next season is the modern era. Next from the modern era. Yes, Clee baseball fan is very happy about 2020 out of here. I can't see anyone voting for 2020. Why do I have a very funny feeling if I actually go through all the seasons of Inside Pitch, that's the last one standing. We roll. Number 3. 1, 2, 3. This season is eliminated. This season is eliminated, and the first season from the modern era to be eliminated is 1996 is gone. 1996 is now gone. So that takes care of that season. And now we go to the classic era. The classic era is next, and we get 2. 1, 2. This season is now eliminated. No Jeter Rookie Championship, exactly. So this season is now eliminated, and getting eliminated from the classic era will be 1989 is gone. Good year. 1989 is a good season. You don't think I'd play the 2020 season with the Ghost Runner? I would actually make them 9-inning games. They would be 9-inning games. I would not do 7-inning games. They would be 9-inning, and I remember my Ghost Runner rules, and my Ghost Runner rules still would take place. If the starter has to come in, I would still have 9-inning baseball games. I would not, remember, I don't do double headers. There would be a 9-inning game. Don't worry about that. So 1989 is gone. So no earthquake season. Now we go back to the legendary. We now go back to the legendary era and see which season is next. As yes, elimination is in progress, Mr. Tate. Number 1, first season off the board from the legendary era, now being eliminated is 1962 is gone. Goodbye, my lovable loser Mets. But what a great year. That was, too. Sandy Koufax starts to dominate that year. Heck of a season in 1962, even with the lovable Mets gone. 62 is gone. No loser Mets. Now we go back to the contemporary era. No lovable loser Mets, and they would have been fun to play. From the contemporary era, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That season is eliminated, and being eliminated from the contemporary era will be 2012 is gone. So 2012 will be out of there, will not show its face for you guys to vote. A big season with the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, watch the Mets make the playoffs in FastScore. So 2012 is gone, so no season with the Giants there. Next up is the modern era. Yep, good seasons are going down. Yep, that makes one Giant championship year gone, as Vito Productions not happy. Our next season from the modern era, 1, 2, 3, 4. This season is now eliminated, and being eliminated from the modern era is 2009 is gone. The 2009 season will now be gone. It will be eliminated. And now we go to back the classic era. So 2009, so no championship Yankee season from the 2009 year. So no Yankee championship from there. Now we go back to the classic era. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is. So this season is now eliminated from the classic year. And it will be, and once again, I will not get a chance to do it. Because once again, being eliminated is 1986. My Mets will have to wait another time. 1986 is gone. One of the best baseball season in history. The 1986 season, the greatest season of all time, absolutely. And unfortunately, I don't get to play it yet. 1986 will have to wait. We now go back to the legendary era. No, Brian B, 1986, not 76. Not 76. I'm sorry, Brian B. And I don't even know why you care anyway. You know your Reds aren't going to win anything in my network. You already know that. Next, back to the legendary era. And the legendary era here. Nothing happened in 1986. Everything happened in 1986. Best postseason in baseball history. So now we go back to the legendary era. Yeah, Brian B says, I know. So Brian B says, I know. Next up is 6 from the legendary era. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This season is eliminated, and being eliminated from the legendary era is the year of the pitcher, 1968, and that would have been a great year to play. The year of the pitcher, where Bob Gibson just completely owns baseball that year. The year of the pitcher goes bye-bye. Now back to the contemporary era. The year of the pitcher, and I know Chuck Rawlings would love to see his Tigers, too, in 1968. So now we go back to the contemporary era. We roll. It's a 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This season is now eliminated. And being eliminated from the contemporary era is, no chance for the Red Sox. The 2018 season is gone. The Boston Red Sox in 2018 win a title there. With Cora as the manager, a great Red Sox team. If I'm correct, that was I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. But are the 2018 Red Sox the last team with the most wins to win the World Series? Was this the last year so far? I mean, we're in 2024. Is this the last? Because the Boston Red Sox didn't have the most wins in 2018. Is this the last year? The team with the most wins won the World Series? It hasn't happened since then. I'm not 100% sure. I think that is. I'm not 100% sure. But 2018 is gone. Now we go to the modern era. No Big Papi, not that year. But now we go to the modern era. And we will see here. The Dodgers in 2020, but you can't. I'm not going to include 2020. I won't include that season. Although they were awesome that season, but then again, that year was so wonky, I really don't know if I can count it. Now we go to the modern era, and only one. So that season is eliminated. So being eliminated from the modern era choice is 1991 is now gone. 1991, not a bad year right there. That was a pretty good. Season. 1991 was a pretty good year. So 1991 is gone. And now we go back to the classic era. So 1991 is out. Still got lots to go here. Long way to go yet. So We now go to the classic era. Yes, the 1991 World Series was a good one. So, from the classic era, and it's a 2. So, 1, 2. That season is eliminated. So, being eliminated from the classic era will be 1987. This would have been a great year to play, too. 1987 is gone. The Minnesota Twins win the big World Series. The Mets team wasn't too bad, but they had some injuries, but 1987, a good year. That goes away. Now we go back to the legendary era. No Cardinals Twins. So absolutely, we will see what happens here. 41 views. Yep, as usual. This is the most watched pro show that I do every baseball season. And I'm glad you guys joined me for this. I know you guys can't join me for every game, but that's okay. I thank you for the ones that can. Now we go back to the legendary era. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That season is eliminated. And now going ahead being eliminated from the legendary era is the first 50s year. 1957 is gone. 1957 has never been selected for a vote. So 1957 is gone. So that can say goodbye. Now we go back to the contemporary era. And let's see here. Some seasons I can remember, some I can't. I really should just make a list. I never really do. I should just make a list in front of me. Maybe for the 10th selection show, I'll have that ready. Now we go back to the contemporary era. It's a 3. 1, 2, 3. That season is eliminated. So being eliminated now from the contemporary era is 2021 is gone. So that was only a few years ago, but actually that was a pretty good baseball season, and that was a great year for the Atlanta Braves as they won the 2021 year. A good year for the Atlanta Braves in 2021. Heck of a season for them, and we'll see what happens as we move on. So 2021 is gone. Now we move back to the modern era. Braves championship seasons eliminated in back-to-back roles. Yes, VW Productions is correct. And now we'll go ahead back to the modern era. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is eliminated. So this season now is going to be gone. And this season is 2007 is now eliminated. The 2007 season is now gone. So that season will now will have to go back in there. 2007, a great Cleveland Indians season. I know Cleve baseball fan who just did the 2007 season, okay, on Stratomatic. I know he will be sad to know that season is gone. And yes, no Rockies Cinderella run. Now back to the classic era. Now back to the classic era. So now we see what seasons will leave from the classic era. So that is a 2. 1, 2. That season is eliminated. So now being eliminated from the classic era will be, the Yankees are not getting any help right now. 1978 is gone. Yankees and Dodgers, and my favorite Yankee team, actually, of all time, the 1978 Yankees, where Ron Guidry, he owned baseball that year. 1978 is gone. And Bucky Dent, yes, Bucky bleeping Dent. Exactly, 1978 goes by the board. Now we go back to the legendary. As you can see, I'm constantly shuffling, keeping everything in the mix. You never know what it will be. And I do not know. That's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. that season is eliminated. So now we will see what we have for this season to be eliminated. From the legendary era, next season to go is 1958 now goes away. 1958 goes by the board. And that will say goodbye now to 1958. So now we go back to the contemporary era. The contemporary era is next. 1958 is now gone. Another Milwaukee Braves World Series run, exactly. Another Milwaukee Braves. And now we roll to see what this season will be. Number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is eliminated. So now being removed from the contemporary choices will be 2017. Sorry, Steeler fan, no trash can banging this time. 2017, there will not be any trash can banging. Although 2017 actually did get chosen for 1 year after a show, after the second show when I was doing 5 seasons that year. But 2017 is gone. There will not be any trash can banging this year. So 2017 is gone. We now go to the modern era. Back to the modern era. So no trash can banging. No buzzers. No buzzers in the jersey. No buzzers in the jerseys. Now we go here. Yes, Steeler fan, his Astros are in the World Series starting Thursday. So now let's see what we get from the modern era. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This season is eliminated, and being removed from the modern era is, this would have been a great season to replay. 1994. Now, you guys know I did do a 1994 restart in payoff pitch. This would be a replay, but it would only go as far as the season as it ended. 1994, I kind of hope for this one myself because I would like to actually get it as a replay, an inside pitch, not just a restart from payoff pitch. But 1994 is gone. So no chance for the Montreal Expos. It would have been short, but it would have been good. Especially with Tony Gwynn, especially if Tony Gwynn to see if he can get to 400, which I think he would have done. The 1994 season, what that would have been. There never were any buzzers unless they were used by Boston that cheated to win the World Series in 2018. So now we go back to the classic era. The classic era season here. We're whittling down the season. Still got quite a ways to go yet. Taking our time. No need to rush. No need to rush. So now we roll for the classic. And it's 1. So that season is eliminated. So being removed from the classic era will be 1983 is gone. That would have been a fun season to start. Tom Seaver returns to the Mets. Good year to replay. A lot of people say 83 is a great year to replay. 1983 will have to wait. So that takes care of the classic era. We now go back to the legendary era. Salvador America joins us here. Good to see you, Salvador America. Hope you and Mrs. America are fine. Good to see you, my good man. Good to see everybody in the chat today. 42 people watching, kind of like what I expected. I usually get the most views for this show. I would like to let you know that I will still have I'm going to have a State of the Network address on Friday night next week, because no matter what happens, the World Series could end on Sunday, as early as Sunday morning, or as late as Wednesday. The review show would be Thursday, so if it went that far. So I will have a State of the Network address on Friday where we can all talk for a while. We will definitely have that. So let's get back to the legendary era and see what we have. Legendary era. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is gone. So being removed from the legendary era will be 1960 is gone. The year before that, 61 Yankees, which I did the 1961 replay, and another good year for them, of course. 1960 goes by the board. It is out. Next up now is the contemporary era. Yep, no Pirates. No Bill Mazeroski walk-off, which is the only reason why they put him in the Hall. Bill Mazeroski is not a Hall of Famer. Only reason why they put him in the Hall was because of a home run. Wow. So now we're back at the contemporary era. And we will go ahead and roll and see what we have here. And it's a 3. 1, 2, 3. Being taken out of the contemporary era will be 2013. Another red. I believe that is a Cardinals victory. Is that a Cardinals or a Red Sox? I don't remember. 2013. This season is now gone. So 2013 goes away. Sox. Yeah, the Red Sox. Thank you. That's right. They beat the Cardinals that year, right? So 2013 goes by the board. Now we go back to the modern era. Still got a ways yet. No worse the first Red Sox championship. Exactly. So let's see what we got here. So now we go to the modern era. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Being removed from the modern era will be 1998, the home run season. Mark McGwire versus Sammy Sosa. And what a great year that was. And it was just amazing. 1998 pretty much put the baseball back on the map after all the striking and all that stuff from 94. 1998 is gone. 98 is gone. No Mark McGwire, no Sammy Sosa. Yep, no Yankee 114 win World Series. Yankees are gone on that one. Now we go back. To the classic era. Roy-to-Rama. It would be a lot of fun to replay that one. So now we go back to the classic era. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is eliminated. And being eliminated from the classic era will be 1974 is gone. What a great year. Great season. And I'm actually kind of happy that one's gone. Not because I didn't want to replay it, but because Tony at Cards and Dice is doing a 1974 replay in Fall Classic Baseball. And I really didn't want to go ahead and make a collage with them. But what a great year. 1974. No A's three-peat. That season is gone. Now we go back to the legendary. Yankees in Shea Stadium, too, that year. Just like 1975. Copper Circle joins us here. Got 40 views. So now we go to the legendary era, and that is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That season is eliminated. So now being eliminated from the legendary choice will be 1959. Almost all the 50 seasons are eliminated. There's only one left that I know of, but 1959 is now gone. 1959. Good season, good year. No White Sox, yes. First Dodger World Series, exactly. Now we go back to the contemporary era. And it's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is gone. And being eliminated from the contemporary era is, well, I know ID Jester is going to hate this, but 2011 is gone, and he says that's the greatest season in history. 2011 can't hold a candle to 1986. 2011 with the Cardinals winning that series, but ID Jester, he's not in the chat, but he will not be happy that 2011 has been kicked out. 2011 is gone. No Cardinals Classic. 2011 is gone. Now we go back to the modern era. Jester isn't here to argue about which season is the GOAT. Yeah, well, he knows which season is best, and it's 1986. He knows that. He knows it. He knows it. So now we go back to the modern era, which is actually an era we've not done yet, except for the 1994 restart. But that is okay. Number 1, that season is gone. Now being removed from the modern era will be, well, this season was just released by Chris Davis. 2004 is gone. The curse of the Bambino is broken. But we will not see that happen in the second half of the year. 2004 is now gone. Amazing how at one point he only had 7 seasons in the modern era. He now has 16. So 2004 is now gone, which was just released by Chris Davis. Now we go back to the classic era. So yes, no 03 comeback. No 03 comeback. Now we'll see what happens in the classic era. Which season's going to be removed? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is removed. Being removed from the classic era will be 1982. I know a few people wanted to see 1982 between the Cardinals and the Brewers. Rest in peace, Whitey Herzog. There will be no 1982 season being shown, at least this time. 1982 was at one point selected, but 1961 beat it out in the 5th show. 1982 is gone. Now we go back to the legendary era. No Brew Crew. No Brew Crew from that year. As David Vega says, his Cardinals get no justice. Getting a little low in the legendary era. Let's see what we have here. 2, 1, 2. This season is eliminated. And being eliminated from the legendary era is, oh, what a great season this would have been to play. 1963 is gone. 1963 is gone. Sandy Koufax continues his domination of baseball. 1963, when he had an unhittable 12-6 curve. Best left-hander in baseball history. Even Mickey Mantle swung when he struck out against him. He said, "How in the hell am I supposed to hit that shit?" We now go back to the contemporary eras. 1963 is gone. Now back to the contemporary. Running low on that, lowing here on this. Let's see what we got left of the contemporary era. 3, 1, 2, 3. That season is eliminated. So being eliminated from the contemporary era will be, this would have been a great season to play as well. The Washington Nationals will not be winning a World Series, at least not this time. 2019 is gone. A lot of people say the last real, true baseball season. But this was the year of the home run. If 1968 was the year of the pitcher, 2019 was the year of the batter. More home runs hit in 2019 than any other season. 2019 is gone. No Nationals, no Astros. 2019 is gone. Now we go to the modern era. And we see what we have in the modern era here. Yes, when Rendon actually cared about baseball back in the day. He don't do it now. And I don't know how much longer he's going to stay with the Angels. Now we do the modern era. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Being eliminated from the modern era will be 1995. So with 1994 being eliminated, 1995 is now gone. And a good year that was. 1995, yep, Clee baseball fan. He knows his Indians. But what are you talking about, Clee baseball fan? Your Indians were in the 2016 season and they didn't win crap. Now we go back to the classic era. I tell you, my games, you really have no idea who's going to get to the World Series. If you'd have told me the Royals and the Astros be playing in my 72 World Series starting this week, I would have thought you were on crack. Now we go back to the legendary era. Running out of cards here too. We've done more legendary seasons classic seasons than any other box. Sooner or later we'll get to them though. I know we will. So now let's see which classic era season goes away. 1, 2, 3. Being eliminated from the classic era will be 1980 is now gone. Oh, Philadelphia Phillies in 1980. 1980 goes away. Philadelphia Phillies can't do it there, and they're going to have to wait. Although the Phillies did win my 76 title, but 1980 is gone. Yes, 3 good division races that year. Back to the legendary era. We only have 5 cards left. 5 seasons left in the legendary era. Brett's run at 400. Yes. 44, 45. Look at all these people watching. I'm very happy that you're all here. I'm honored as well. So now we go back to the legendary era. So I'll roll a 1 to 5, avoid the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is now gone. So Baseball Demos joins us now. So we are now for the legendary era. Now being removed from the legendary era will be 1967. What a great year. Tom Seaver's rookie year in 1967. A great season, absolutely. 1967. Tom Seaver. Bob Gibson just really getting into his prime. Heck of a year in 67. That goes away. Now we go back to the contemporary era. Only 4 cards left. Only 4 cards left in the contemporary. I'll roll a 1 to 4, avoid 5 and 6. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is gone. So, from the contemporary era, being eliminated is 2022 is gone. And that was a good year. That was a good year. My Mets had a very good year in 2022. Should have done a lot better against the Padres. 2022, an excellent year to replay. That would be a lot of fun to play. 2022 would be an excellent season to have fun with. That season goes away. Now back to the modern era. 2022 would have been a lot of fun. All these seasons will be fun, no matter what season gets chosen. I learn all about these seasons as I play them. From the modern era, still got plenty of cards left. Number 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, I do the All-Star games for that year, Badger. Absolutely. I have an All-Star game in every single season I've done. So, now being removed from the modern era, being kicked out will be 2008 is now gone. Phillies and Rays in 2008. That season now goes by the board. Rays' first appearance in the World Series, but the Philadelphia Phillies, Ryan Howard and Jimmy Rollins do the job there. 2008 now disappears. Now we go back to the classic era. There are only 6 seasons left in the classic era. So, from the classic era, we'll find out what's removed. And that is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You mean pseudo Hall of Famer Scott Rowland. Someone who should not be in the friggin' Hall of Fame. This season is now eliminated from the classic era. And saying goodbye is, oh, Chuck Rawlings is going to hate me. 1984 is gone. And what a great year to play. 1984 says goodbye. No Detroit Tigers owning baseball and no Padres. 1984 is now gone. Now we go back to the legendary era. There are 4 seasons left in legendary. So 4 seasons left in legendary. And let's see what we have here. 4 seasons. I'll avoid the 5 and the 6. And that's a 1. That season is gone. So this season is removed from the legendary era. And being kicked out is 1956. All the 50s years are now gone. I know Texag 75 wanted this season bad. 1956, however, has been a selection choice twice. All right. It will not get it this time. 1956, the last year of Jackie Robinson, he will go away. The final season of Jackie Robinson. No 1956. We now go back to the contemporary years. There is now only 3 seasons left in the contemporary season. Only 3 seasons left of the contemporary era. I will roll a 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. 3 to 4. This season is eliminated, and this contemporary era now gets turned that sideways, and that will have to wait until the others are eliminated, until we've gotten to the left, because we now have 2 seasons left in contemporary. So, this season being eliminated will be, again, my Mets get no breaks. 2015, even though I did the 2016 season, the 2015 Mets were better. But what a good year, 2015. The Royals win the World Series. The Mets surprise everyone winning the pennant in the National League. The 2015 season, excellent year. That will have to wait. So now, the contemporary has to wait until everybody catches up. We now go back to the modern era. So now back to the modern era. And we'll see what we have here. Yes, a great Royals team. Absolutely. So, from the modern era, number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That season is eliminated. And being eliminated from the modern era will be, if Chuck Rawlings is going to kill me for losing 1984, Brian B is going to kill me right now. Saying goodbye, 1990, no nasty boys. No nasty boys. 1990 is gone. 1990, no Reds, no nasty boys. They do not get a chance this time. Now we go back to the classic era. And we have 5 seasons left. As I know, Brian B. probably just barfed somewhere. Blah! No way they would win if 70s Reds can't. 90 has no chance. So no 90s there. We'll see what happens as we're now back in the classic years. 5 seasons left. 5 seasons left in the classic. 2, 1, 2. That season is eliminated. So now being removed from the classic era will be 1975 is now gone. And I know Brian B just barfed a second time. Yeah. And all the Red Sox fans as well. 1975 is now gone. One of the more loved seasons, really, in baseball history. Yeah, I'm really killing Brian. Joe and Pico says I'm really killing him. This is the one show where you guys really hate me sometimes. So, that season is gone. We now go back to the legendaries. Only 3 seasons left in the legendaries. I will go ahead and shuffle these up. And now we have 3 seasons left in the legendary era. 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. 5 to 6. That season is eliminated. These 2 seasons will have to wait until the rest catch up. So what season is now removed from the legendary era is 1964 is gone. Another Koufax dominating year. 1964 now is removed. Now these 2 seasons will have to wait. We now skip the contemporary, now go straight to the modern. So 1964 is gone. Now we go back to the modern era. And we have 6 seasons still left. 3, 1, 2, 3. This season's removed. So coming out of the modern era will be 1999 goes away. 1999 is removed from the modern era. And now we go to the classic era. Only 4 seasons left from the classic era. Yep, no Prince. You can't party like it's 1999. 1999. We have 4 seasons left. I'll avoid the 5 and the 6. And that's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Being kicked out of the classic era is going to be 1971 is gone. Oh, 1971. Good year for the Orioles. 1971 goes away. Now we go back to the modern era. At one point, the modern era had the least amount of seasons. The modern era now has the most amount of seasons available because of all the seasons that Chris Davis has been doing. And we can thank him for doing that, and he will get the 4 remaining seasons, 2002, 03, 05, 06, done as soon as he can. Oh yeah, John, you are very late. You're missing all the fun. So we have 5 seasons left in the modern era. I'll avoid the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually 4. That season's removed. So coming out of the modern era will be 1997, I would have loved to have done this with the Marlins. And I know Clee baseball fan just went, yeah. Clee baseball fan, 1997, he doesn't get his Indians. He doesn't get a chance with the Indians to try to get there in a rematch against the 97 Florida Marlins. But 1997 will have to wait. Now we go back to the classic era. Only 3 seasons left. Man, 1990 don't translate well to the tabletop. So only 3 seasons left now in the legendary era. 3 seasons left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. This season is eliminated. So these 2 seasons will now wait. And this season being eliminated from the classic era. And it is 1977. 1977 is now gone. So no Yankees and Dodgers, which pretty much tells me I already know which season the classic era will be, because I did make a change for that. So we we only have modern seasons left. We only have modern seasons left. So let's see what we have for the modern years. We have 4 modern seasons left. I will avoid the 5 and the 6. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That season is out, and being removed from the modern era will be 2001. Oh, that would have been a great year to do. And of course, Chris Davis just released the 2001 season. 2001, A Space Odyssey. Mariners, best regular season team to not win the World Series. Or did not even get to the World Series. 2001, Yankees and Diamondbacks. What a great series that was. That is gone. No Randy Johnson. So now only 3 seasons left from the 3 seasons left from the modern era, and we will see which one it is. So 3 seasons left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 2. This season is out. These seasons are left. We now have our Elite 8. So now this season being eliminated from the modern era, and it will be 1993 is gone. So 1993 will now leave the pack, and we now have our Elite 8 in the seasons for choice. We will now go bring out the pawns like I like to do. I don't think I have them all here. And let's see here. I did not get the pawns out, did I? That is really bad of me. That is really bad. I should have had these ready. My bad. Timeout, as I just go ahead and get the pawns, because it's time for the best of 7. Pawns are right here. Should have just had this left it where they're at. Dummy that I am. Okay, so here, get that, that. So let's see. Why not? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I thought I had more. Another red. I had another red pawn. Is that right? Wrong? Nope. I guess not. Okay. Very well. Very well. So we will do yellow and black instead, because I have yellow and black dice. All right. Or will I? hate it when it does that. I should have remembered that stuff. I thought I did. What are you going to do? All right. Very well. So, actually, all I need is a red and blue. I just need 3 and 3. All right. So, now it is time to see which season will be eliminated and what will be your choice. First, I will flip these over. I do not know which is which. I have no idea. I try to keep these cards clean. I may actually go to new cards for the next one because these are actually getting a little bit used. Okay. So, we now go to red and blue dice. This is red, this is blue. The first season to win best of 7 will be selected. The other season is eliminated and has to wait for the next show. Ties, we re-roll. Round 1 is a tie. Round 2, tie. Round 3, red. Round 4, red. Round 5, red. Round 6, red. Red sweeps blue. So blue gets nothing. So this season will be selected. This season is eliminated. So being eliminated from the selection show is 1966, which means, and this season's going to get a lot of votes, your first season to choose, my birth year, 1969. That season's going to get a lot of votes. 1969, the Miracle Mets, a great Cubs team, a great Orioles team, a great Braves team. 1969 is your first season to choose from the legendary era, and that season's going to get a lot of votes. I know we're only 3 years away from the World Series, but that's okay. 1969, heck of a year. That could be to replay. 1969. All right. Now, from the contemporary era, we have 2 seasons. My birth year. No, I do not vote. I don't place a vote in there. My birth year. So now, we have 2 seasons from the contemporary era. Red, blue. Let's see what we got. Red, blue, red, red. Wow, red's getting it. Red die might be loaded. Red will win it. So blue is knocked out. So this season is eliminated. So being eliminated from the contemporary year is 2014 Giants is gone, which means your choice from the contemporary era is 2010. The 2010 season gets chosen. And how about the 2010? And what about the 2010 season? What about the Giants and the Texas Rangers in 2010? Pretty good year for the Rays, Twins, Giants, Reds, Phillies. Braves had a good season. Yankees had a good season. White Sox weren't too bad. Leading in batting that year. Leading in batting that year was Josh Hamilton from the Rangers, Carlos Gonzalez, Miguel Cabrera in his prime, Mauer and Votto, and then pitching that season in 2010. You had King Felix Hernandez, Josh Johnson from the Marlins, Clay Buchholz, Wainwright, Halladay, David Price, Oswalt, R.A. Dickey, and of course, a young Clayton Kershaw. Very good season there, 2010. The young Reds club. Now, Now I'll move the contemporary year over to here because that's where it belongs. But now we will do the modern season, the modern year first. So, from the modern season, from the modern era, 1969, dang it. 1969. So, red, blue, 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 tie, blue, red, 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 final roll. Red comes by and bats beats blue, and blue is gone. This season is eliminated. So being eliminated from the modern era is 1992, which means for the third time. For the third time for selection, this is the third time it got chosen. 2000. This is going to get a lot of votes also. The 2000 season gets chosen. This season has been chosen twice in the selection show. This is the third time 2000 gets chosen. Yankees, Mets, Subway Series. Come on. How would you not want to do a Subway Series from the 2000 year? The 2000 season. The New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Other teams that were good that year were the Red Sox, the Blue Jays, the White Sox, the Indians, the Athletics, the Mariners, Giants, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Cardinals, Reds, Braves, and Mets. Heck of a year in 2000, the Y2K season. Leading in batting average was Nomar Garciaparra, Todd Helton, Moises Alou, Darren Erstad, and Manram. And leading in pitching was Pedro in his prime. Kevin Brown, Randy Johnson was still excellent. Jeff D'Amico and Greg Maddux. That's a good year to do as well. The 2000 season. Now that leaves only one season left, and I already know what it will not be. But it still will go ahead and roll it. Dang it. Got to do it underneath so I don't know. Okay. So, red, blue. So let's see what we have here for red, blue. Final season. Red. Blue. 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 Blue finally wins a season. Red is knocked out. Red is knocked out. So, this season is eliminated. Or is it? It is eliminated because Baseball Demos is doing the 1973 season. I did not want to overlap, but the dice took care of it for me. Being eliminated is 1973. So Baseball Demos gets to do his 73 season without being overlapped. If this had been chosen, Dave, I would have disqualified the season, but I still give it the chance. So 1973 is gone, which means the season you get to choose from the classic era is 1970. Wow, right next to 1969 and 1970. 3 good Mets years. Actually, 4 good Mets years. The Mets in 2010 weren't that bad. 1969, 1970, 2000, and 2010. Those are your 4 seasons. And yes, they are next to each other, but that is how it will be. So, those are your 4 seasons to choose from for the replay that will start on July 1st with the demo game the week before featuring the historical World Series teams. I will create a poll and put it in the community tab of my channel. Please vote there. Okay? I will accept votes in the Facebook group as well if you cannot get to the community channel. So you will be able to vote there, but I will go ahead and put it in the into the community channel. All right, and you guys can place your votes. Then on the season review and reveal show, we will see what the dice decide. Remember, the season with the most votes rolls 5 dice. The season with the second most rolls 4. The season with the third most rolls 3. The season with the least rolls 2. But now I roll for the season that has more dice. I will roll the dice and remove the lowest number from the season with the more dice to make it a little bit more interesting. But your votes do count. Because remember, if you're the least amount of votes, you got to win 3 times in order to get in there. If you have the most amount of votes, you only have to win once. So, guys, that is your season choices. 1969, 1970, 2000, and 2010. These are your season choices for the upcoming replay starting on July 1st. Please only make one vote of choice as well, and that's what it will be. So, please vote in the community. You don't need to make a comment vote anymore. You'll vote into the community tab when I create the poll. If you're a subscriber, you'll see it pop up. So you'll check it and you'll make your vote. Of course, the voting goes through the entire World Series of 1972. So your votes, I will accept votes. No live story, Brian B. You're voting in the community tab. You're not going to go ahead and vote in a comment anymore. No longer vote in the comments. You'll vote in the poll that I create. As soon as I do that, you guys can make your vote. Voting goes on through the length of the World Series and to the season review and reveal show. So when the World Series is over, I will accept votes until I start the reveal show, when of course we pick our game of the year, and we will roll the dice to see which season will be for July 1st. I think we got 4 very good choices here. 1969, 1970, 2000, and 2010 are your choices. What will it be? We'll have to find out. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me tonight. There are too many of you in the chat for me to go through, so I thank you very much. There will be no baseball tomorrow night. I will return Thursday night with Game 1 of the 1972 World Series between the Kansas City Royals and the Houston Astros. Roger Nelson will be going for the Royals, and Don Wilson will be going from the Astros at the Astrodome. The 72 World Series is next as we complete this replay. So be there or be square. So once again, guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you guys Thursday night. 1969, 1970, 2000, and 2010. Those are your choices. We will see you guys. Thank you for joining me on the selection show. We'll see you guys Thursday night.